Oh, let's do a little tickering here, let's do a tickering there. Okay, I think the live stream has started. Alan! Ah!
What, dude?
Come over here.
What do you want? I'm busy. What do you want?
Come on over and do this tier list.
What?
Come on over and do this Wario tier list. You talked about how much you loved me yesterday. I want another video on all of my stuff.
Really?
Yes.
Warrior, you forgot to turn on my PlayStation 5. I can't read comments unless I'm, turned on PS5.
Oh. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, bye! Oh, and if you don't do it, I will, flag your YouTube channel.
Okay. I have another video about Warrior to make. Alright. Let me sit down. Alright, so what is going on, you guys? It is me, Arekkusu, and today we are going to be making a Wario tier list video. Now, obviously, because Wario set this up, guess there's 4 different tier lists we're doing today, but it's all based around Wario, so this is going to be cool. This is going to be really cool. This is going to be Wari cool. I don't know. I really tried there, but hey, what can a man do? You know? Anyways, Wario World, this is perfect. Wario World is actually perfect for the first one, actually, because I played that one pretty recently, so why not? Just, why not? Alright, so the first boss in Wario World is extremely easy. Honestly, I think I might put him as, like, he isn't complete trash, because, you won't, like, figure him out, like, immediately, But I'm kind of leaning more towards, like, a C or a B tier fight. Because all you really need to do against this guy is he gets pissed, he runs around and chases you. He slowly walks after you, or if you piss him off after hitting him by spamming the B button a little bit, he'll chase after you all around the map, and you got to avoid him until he gets tired out, and then you got to go over and beat him up again, and then rinse and repeat. I don't know. He feels like just like he doesn't even feel like a boss. He feels like just honestly like a tougher bad guy, if you will. That's honestly what dude here feels like. And then this is the second world boss, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think they're in order, actually, so this is nice. This guy, this sand snail snake looking thing, I might put him in the same tier as the first little level 1 boss, because you gotta keep in mind, like, Wario World has like a boss like I think at the end of every stage, if I'm not mistaken, there's some type of boss. But like there's a sub boss for that little world, and then there's a real boss. So I think that was like the sub boss, the first dude, and the second guy here is the real boss of World 1, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a little bit since I played Wario World, but I'm not gonna lie, I remember dealing with this centipede monster thing. Keep in mind, a lot of these bosses are not really memorable, other than like the Black Jewel and maybe a few others that have been in here. But I remember him just kind of propping up from the sand. Second dude here, the little dude I put right next to dude in C. I remember he just came up with the sand and then like kind of spun around the map after you hit him, and then spewed out some shit, and then rinse and repeat. So I don't know, I didn't really remember him all that much. This dude, on the other hand, the actual, I think World 2 sub-boss, before the World 2 actual boss, I might put him a little bit above and put him in B. because I actually genuinely enjoyed this guy, because there's so many ways you can take him out, right? For example, you can take him out by punching him over and over until he gets tired, you know? And then pick him up and then pile drive his ass into the ground. You can do that, or you can do a smarter strategy and a less risky strategy instead of just hitting him in the gut. Like going up to him and just bopping him in the stomach and stuff so he doesn't get mad at you and cause shockwaves on the ground and stuff. Welcome Owen to stream, by the way. Welcome to stream, bro. Another thing that you can actually do... I'm going to make myself a little lower. But another thing that is... Another thing that you can go for is his tail. So like when he can't find you on the map, you go on his tail, you jump off of his tail on that little ball thing. The little ball thing Wario clings onto. You can jump on that, jump on his head, and ground pound him for even more damage. You can do it that way too. Wario World boss fights? Yeah, I'm doing Wario World boss fights and then also other tier lists on top of that within this. Because it is a Wario tier list after all. So might as well, you know, just do it. But yeah, I think this was like the first boss I genuinely started liking like more than like everybody else. More than everyone else so far. This baby thing, I'm gonna be real, this baby thing was weird as... If Batman was in Wario World, he'd probably take him out. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, keep in mind, Wario has, like, stupid strength. So it's like, Batman's gonna be struggling, I think, with some of these guys. I don't know. But this baby thing, I remember when I fought the baby, like this angelic wooden baby figure thing, I remember being genuinely freaked out. That doll finger is called Brawl Doll. Oh, that doll is called Brawl Doll? I didn't even know his name was Brawl Doll. I don't even know the names of any of these fucking dudes. Alright? They don't even say their names. You know, when you fight them, so... I don't know how I'm supposed to remember that. But, Brawl Doll here, I remember being so freaked out, but his boss fight was incredibly easy. Like, I think it was easier than the dude I put in High B. You know, the green dinosaur-looking dude. Like, I'm gonna be real, I think he was even easier than him, and I think he's, like, a little bit further in the world. This clown dude, where basically you have to hit his actual head and then watch out for the clown balls, I might put him in C, too. Next boss was Clown Round. Yeah, Clown Round, a lot of these guys are not gonna go in S tier for me, because, in my opinion, a lot of these boss fights were okay, or, like... Yeah, they were just, like, okay at best. They weren't, like, anything really all that special, in my opinion. They really were not that special. Honestly speaking, they were not all that. The next boss name was Clowning Around. These dual dragons, I think this is a trash boss fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this is a trash boss fight. I know not everyone will agree. Maybe you'll put them, like, C or maybe even B. But for me, I think they go into, like, D. It's either D or they're trash. In my opinion, I don't really enjoy them as a boss fight. Because what you have to do is you have to, I mean, actually, it is kind of funny. Imagine if Sonic, so one of these boss fights would probably be creeped out. Imagine if Sonic, what would the, okay. Spelling. Help me. I can't... English. Broken English. English is a broken language. Yeah, low-key, I just don't like them. But you have to tempt one brother to shoot the other brother with fire. And you have to avoid everything else they try to throw at you. Otherwise, you'll just be doing damage to yourself. And this battle can go for a really long period of time. Winter Winster as the next boss. I actually like this weird head thing more than all these other guys so far, alright? And I'm gonna say why, right? Not because it's a head, but its weirdness in combination with its actual abilities. So not only like it's able to fuck with wind, but it's also able to make like ice, and it's like the ice world boss. And it's just so weird, but also creepy on your first time, because on your first time fighting it, you have no idea what to do. And I just think it's genius that this ice, weird looking freaking thing, you know, is in control of these lands. And it's like, bro, I gotta fight this ice creature that shoots ice, and then if you stare into its eyes for too long, or when it does a certain move, you turn into either stone, or you get full of air and you just float up and lose a life. I'm sitting there like, what the? This fight was weird, but this fight was a good weird, in my opinion. This fight was a good weird. I don't think this fight was bad at all. This fight was actually pretty solid. This spider boss was just okay. I'm not gonna lie, that spider boss, where you have to ground pound his back, Red Brief J is the moose ball boss. Yeah, I remember. I do remember Brief J, Red Brief J Jr. I think it was Red Brief J Jr. actually. Yeah, I do remember his boss fight. But the spider dude, he was just okay. I'm not really gonna talk much about him. This dude annoyed me on my first playthrough like bad, because I remember I was in the arena. I might put him in either D, or I might put him in D or C. Like I said, a lot of these guys are pretty uninteresting. / not really remember. I mean, I remember them, but I remember them for the wrong reasons. I don't remember them because I'm like, oh, that boss fight was a spectacle. That boss fight was insane. I remember it for more negative reasons, right? But, what is it? So, this boss fight basically is, you're on this magma or magnetic or metal arena, and you're fighting this dude that basically tries to tackle you the entire fight. Basically, like, dash after you with its hooves and with its fast, incredible speed. I think you have to make him also, like, jump on a certain thing or something, or get him low enough to make him hit the lava and you deal damage. You basically have to just knock him into the lava. Yeah, you have to knock him into the lava. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just knock him into the lava. See, that's how you know I'm not really remembering, like, a lot of these guys. I'm remembering them for the wrong reason. I remember them being a pain in the neck. Alright? But I remember, like, having to get him in the lava was so confusing on my first playthrough. Even my second or third playthrough, even when I did it for YouTube, you know, it was confusing on what I needed to do with this guy. Though, when I got to him, I'm like, oh, here we go. You know? But anyways. The next boss, this dude, this weird dude, honestly, he's a D tier. I did not care for this mask, green mask, fake. You know that Mask movie where basically he becomes a Looney Tune and basically can do whatever he wants? Basically, this boss is a wannabe of him, but you play with the cups and see which one the ball's in over and over and over again. And once you hit the right one, you just damage him over and over again by pile driving him, punching him, like doing the combo, pile driving or super throwing him, and then do that until he dies. He was a very uninteresting boss. I did not care for him. I really did not care for this dude personally. This guy, on the other hand, is straight up trash. I hated the Stone Golem boss with a passion. Every single time I get into a confrontation with this dude, I barely come out alive. Meme Cease looks like a Mad Hatter zombie mixed with Frankenstein. That's fair. I was thinking the mask from the Mask movie, but that's also fair too. That's a fair assessment. But yeah, every time I got in a fight with this stone creature looking dude, I always barely won it, and I always hated it. And on top of that, it comes right after a fight you really do not care for / like. Or level you do not like. So the overall mood when you go into this dude just straight up sucks. Honestly, the pirate dude, I didn't like him much either. I think I might put him in trash or D tier as well. Because what he does is basically he shoots you with this cannon and you have to go either right or left on that plane / ship the entire battle. And you know, deal damage to him, and sometimes it can get a little repetitive or take a long time if you do not know what you're doing all the way or how to damage him. And I just remember struggling with him for so long and staying at his boss fight for so long, because I remember at this point of the game, let's be real, Wario World, like I said, the second part of the game for me is straight up bad, so this boss was kind of straight up bad, but hey. And then the Black Jewel himself, I don't know if A's even correct for bro. I really don't know if A's correct. He looks like a chess piece, but with lava in his mouth. Yeah, for the pirate dude, but Black Jewel, since he's the one who orchestrated this, I don't know. His fight was extremely easy. Like, once you get enough lives and you collect, like, everything and you have a lot of money, you can just keep retrying until you win. Like, his final boss fight in the English version of the game is kind of bad. I heard in the Japanese version of Wario World, since Wario World in Japanese got a little bit extra time put into it, if I'm not mistaken, or the European version, I can't remember which version of it, Black Jewel's fight was actually better in a different version of the game. So kind of like a Luigi's Mansion incident with the game. But Black Jewel, the Black Jewel overall, I might actually have to put him like low with everyone else, or maybe a B. But like, because like his fight is so basic, because all you need to do, the Black Jewel was the responsible one for this from destroying Wario's castle. Yeah, I know he was responsible for all that. But his boss fight, we're talking about him as a boss fight. And, you know, him fucking with Wario, that was kind of cool. But other than, like, little baby bits of lore implications, he's not really an interesting character at all. Like, really. A lot of these guys are nowhere near as interesting. It's like I'm fighting Luigi's Mansion Polterghost bosses, but they lack, like, so much personality. They don't ooze as much charm, or they don't ooze as much personality as those guys. That's kind of what it feels like when I'm fighting these guys here a little bit. Just nowhere near as many, and all that stuff. But anyways, I put Black Jewel down here. Maybe, I don't know about B. I mean, at least we have more lore about him than, like, every other character in the game, so he might go up for B for just the lore alone. But, his boss fight, all you need to do is just break jewels. And basically, those little guys will damage him while he shoots fire at you, lasers and fire at you. If we can get plushies of these guys, that would be cool. We're never getting plushies of these guys. These guys are too forgettable. Oh, and let's be real. We're not getting plushies of these guys because they're pretty forgettable. They are some of the most forgettable things in Wario in general. I'm gonna be real. It's Wario's personality that really brings Wario World out there. But, like I said, yeah. And then, yeah, basically, Black Jewel is just a waste. I don't like, doing him. Alright, the next tier list. This is Wario Sprites tier list. Alright, let's get it. Wario Sprites. Excellent. I'm gonna win. Alright. Get out of here. Oh my god. Wah! I love that. I love that little bit of Wario. But anyways, so let's get started with this Wario Sprites tier list. Alright, so Wario Sprite from Super Mario Land 2. I actually really like this look of Wario in Mario Land 2. I'm gonna be real, I think he's actually really cool looking because I love his big, like his giant head, his disgusting eyes, and the way his laugh, that you know, the sound for his laugh, and you can tell during his boss fight with Mario that he, you know, he comes off as like a strong ass dude, you know, the dude you were trying to stop the whole time and all that. It's amazing. I don't know. What do you guys think of Mario Land 2 Sprite Wario? I love this sprite. Let's see. I think, this is Wario Land 1. Yeah, this is Wario Land 1 Wario. I like Wario Land 1 sprite. It's almost like a continuation of, like... Oh, by the way, I know. This is, like, for example, this is an S tier, but this is S tier. Excellent is S tier. So, you know what? I'm gonna drop them down to like A tier. There you go. They're still really good sprites. They are solid ass sprites. Wario Land 1 is a solid sprite. It's Wario Land 1 sprite is almost like a continuation of Mario Land 2 Mario sprites. They didn't have a lot they can go off of. I mean, they probably had like a year or so to design Wario's next sprite, but in my opinion, it's so good. It's really good. I can't remember what Wario this was. I think this was Wario, like, Wario's Woods, like Wario sprite, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just the Wario Bomberman art, which I really like this one, too. I might put this one in alright, since I'm not 100% sure on it. But that's the one with Wario and Bomberman on the logo, if I remember correctly and stuff. Let's get those ones out of the way. Let's see. This is, like, WarioWare. I think this is WarioWare, like, Game Boy or DS sprite. Because the Game Boy Advance one's right here. This is Game Boy Advance, and I'm gonna put it, like, this is straight up excellent. This is actually a really good sprite of Wario. So expressive. Honestly, in all these games, it's expressive. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it here with the boys. I'm gonna win. That's how I'm gonna put it. Put a lot of these. This is like the in-game Wario versus Bomberman sprite. I think it's alright. Alright. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's like the coolest, but I think it's a pretty cool Wario thing. I'm not sure what this one's from, but I think this is from Wario's Woods or something. Like, it's not a sprite in game, or at least I don't think so. But it looks pretty cool. I like it. Wario going like, I have the confidence of the world on my side. You know, I feel that. I like that one. I like that one. This might be a little biased, but I'm going to have to put Wario Land 2 in excellent. For some reason, this look of Wario for Wario Land 2 and Wario Land 3 for me is such a good sprite. I know it's old, and I know it's old, and a lot of people are probably going to look at me and be like, yo, why is one of the uglier ones from Wario Land 2 at excellent, but Wario Land 1 is like, and I'm going to win, right? The reason I put this one in excellent is because, dude, like, looking at this Wario, like, move around, I don't know, it's something about him that screams so the era he was a part of, such an era he was in. Because when you think of Wario on the Game Boy, you know, I always think of Wario Land 2 and 3. Don't get me wrong, I think of Wario Land 1 Wario, but I think of Wario Land 2 and 3 Wario more because this sprite has been used in 2 games in comparison to, you know, the other, compared to Wario Land 1 and stuff. And it just looks like a tad bit grosser and a little bit more grotesque looking, and it just feels, it just screams, I'm early Wario. You know, so gotta love Wario for that. Virtual Boy Wario, I might put this in excellent as well. Because I'm gonna be real, like, the Virtual Boy felt like a way more powerful Game Boy. That's literally what the Virtual Boy felt like. Sure, the red is a bit much when you look at Wario and his game, but that really isn't the fault of the game. That's more of, like, the fault of the console that it was a part of, right? But when you play Wario Land for the Virtual Boy, I don't know why, but this Wario really popped out to me because you can see the textures on his fist. He has a full glove. It isn't like Wario Land 2 for the Game Boy, because obviously Wario Land 2 for the Game Boy, obviously the Game Boy is nowhere near as powerful as the Virtual Boy, because the Virtual Boy was a powerful system. You know, a powerful little big old, you know, console you put your eyes through like binoculars and shit, but I still love this sprite of Wario from Wario Land Virtual Boy a lot, because it's like, when you see his running animations, it's so fluid, you see both his arms moving at the same time. Same with the other one from Wario Land 2, you do see that as well, but it's like, it take Wario Land 1 sprite and like update it to no end, and that's what Wario Land Virtual Boy's sprite kind of is. It just... Yeah, no. And honestly, yeah. I won't even hold. If Wario Sprites counts as a tier, you know what? Yeah. Wario Land 4 Sprite is the best Wario in my opinion. I won't even give you 5 seconds to respond. Wario Land 4 Wario is the best sprite we've got of Wario. I love how grotesque it is because when you take a look at this Wario for the first time, you're sitting there like, okay, I recognize that as Wario, right? But you sit there and give a look like, ew, what the fuck happened to him, right? Why does he look like that? Because you're so used to seeing Wario like in Mario games where he's not like super grotesque looking. He looks pretty standard. He looks like your standard Wario, right? I love this one because of how unique and how much the developers went out of their way to make him give that more disgusting looking vibe with his head shape, his body shape, the way his hat, and the way the sprite is pixelated and everything. I don't know why this Wario Land 4 just really mastered the way I wanted Wario to look. He looks grotesque. He looks disgusting. He looks like a greedy bastard. He looks like someone you don't want to fuck with all at the same time. Wario Land 4 Wario is peak Wario. Don't even get me started how expressive Wario in Wario Land 4 is. I remember him lifting the dawn bells. I remember his running animation. You know, his running animation when he goes, "Arr!" All that stuff. Wait a minute, I just realized something. Oh yeah, we need to put the another one I see in here at SS Plus as well. But low key, this Wario for in terms of the 2D games, right? For the sprite based games, this is the best sprite based Wario I have ever seen. And I can't even lie. And sure, I know there's stuff from Shake It, there's stuff from Get It Together, there's other stuff that Wario looks really good in, but I'm sorry, Wario Land 4 just kind of masters that whole thing, that whole vibe, that whole look of evil, grotesque, mean-mugged looking motherfucker. I know I spend so much time talking about this, but come on, y'all. For people that watch this video that played Wario Land 4, you know it's the best looking one. But anyways, I had to give it a tier all on its own. Superstar Saga Wario, like that beta cutscene, that sprite is actually excellent. It's actually a really good representation of Wario. I think I might have to put it above Wario Land 2 and Virtual Boy Wario because, to be real, like, that Wario was so good. Imagine if we got a Wario Land game with that Wario. That would have been a dope game right there. Because that's a good-looking Wario sprite right there. That's a good-looking one. Anyways, this is a fan-made Wario sprite. At least to my knowledge. I'm not sure. Maybe this is Wario's Woods, but he still looks pretty damn good. Honestly, it looks more based off of Wario Land 4 sprite. But this looks pretty good. This looks really good. I like this one. I like it. It looks pretty dang good. Oh, I'm gonna put it there. It looks pretty good. It looks fan-made though, but if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. Whatever. It's a part of the TierList. I did not make this. I think this one was Wario's Woods, but this one looks alright. This one is just art. It's not even in-game. I think that's Game and Wario, actually. Yeah, it's just Biker Wario. He looks pretty good. He looks good. Yeah, I like him. He looks good. Let's see. I think this was Mario Maker Wario, which Mario Maker Wario. Oh, yeah. Y'all know I love them 8-bit sprites. Them looking excellent. Them looking absolute peak. Y'all already know. I gotta put, like, sprite-based Wario right there. And also 8-bit Wario from WarioWare, I gotta put him there, too. I think that was also Mario Maker. Maybe Mario Maker 2, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Maybe it's in Wario Get It Together. I also do like this sprite of Wario, this little model of him, but not as much as, like, the others. He's alright. And I haven't really grown time with this Wario, so that's why I'm going to put him in alright as well. Wario IDY. I'm going to put him right here. Didn't really grow up with this version of Wario, but he's looking pretty dapper with that hat, my guy. I don't remember what this one was. This could be Game & Wario, but honestly, there's no Wario that looks really super bad. In my opinion, there's really no such thing as a Wario that looks so bad. No such thing. No such thing. No such thing as a bad Wario design. No such thing. Let's see. This is the sprite that Wario had on the DS. That was pretty much trying to go for the Wario Land 4 vibe. Oh my god, it's that. I'm gonna have to probably put them all the way down in alright for that. Like, don't get me wrong, based off looks, they definitely had a massive improvement. But I remember that's from the Wario DS game where you had many transformations that were unnecessary. That's where you used the stylus, and I remember the Wario Land series was just dead. Dead in the water by this game. I don't even know what you consider that Wario game. I don't even remember what it's called. I disliked it so much. But I remember that Wario sprite basically being the basis. And it's not a bad sprite. It's not an absolute trash sprite. It's not an awful sprite of my main dude, Wario. But it's got to go on the lower tier end of this tier list. And honestly, Wario Land Shake It Wario, dude, is easily right up there with SSS+. I'm going to be so real. Take Wario from the Mario game, the Mario spin-off games, and give him an anime, and literally that's what you would think he would look like. I might have to put him above Wario Land 4, but I don't want the Wario Land 4 community getting on my dick. But I can't even lie. Like, Wario Land... I won't lie. Wario Land Shake It Wario, since he's so anime, actually feels like he got the closest to being the very best Wario sprite, like, ever. Dude, I'm gonna be so real. Like, all the animations on Wario Land Shake It, it's not even a contest, are so much better. And then if you transition them to cutscene, it looks identical to the game. It's not even funny. It's so good. Wario Land Shake It Wario look is so good. I would love an entire anime. You don't even need to talk, just have subtitles. Okay? For this, and I would watch it. All the Wario cutscenes in Wario Land Shake It are so good too. That's such a good game. Even though I hate the Shake King personally. I got personal beef with that dude. But, anyways, I digress. Yeah, I have a lot of tabs open, okay? Got a lot of tabs open. Alright, so now we're at the Wario games. This is the Wario games. Alright, so, there is a lot of games in this tier list I have not played. There's a lot of games I have and I haven't played. So let's get the ones out of the way. WarioWare micro games. Or actually, no, let's go with the Game Boy version, right? The Game Boy version of the game. Yeah, WarioWare, the first one. I thought this was a solid game. I thought WarioWare Inc. or WarioWare Mini Micro Games, the first one on Game Boy Advance, I thought that was a solid A tier. In my opinion, that is an A tier game. I love WarioWare, the first one. It was simple in premise. It allowed me to enjoy it after I stopped playing all the Wario Land games. I remember going into this one and I actually fell in love with it because it was just a nice, simple Game Boy Advance game. Though, I won't lie, WarioWare kicked my ass a lot of the time, but I'm still gonna put in A tier. A or B. It's like a mix of A or B. I might throw it back in B, but or throw it in B instead of A, but I feel like it's a solid game. It's not a bad Wario game at all. I always wanted to play Wario Smooth Moves. But I just did not get the chance. In my opinion, Wario's Woods, I feel like, are barely even classified as Wario games, because think of Dr. Eggman's Mean Bean Machine, and that's what Wario's Woods is, as both versions of the game. The Super Nintendo and the NES version of it are both just NES Tetris clones with Wario slapped onto it. I do not care for the games. I really do not care for those. Wario DIY, I didn't really care for, so I'm gonna put that there. Let's see. Yeah, the WarioWare Smooth Moves. I still want to get this game for my Wii, so I might rank it now. I might really hate this game to the point I put it in F, or dislike this game I put in F, or I might really love this game and put it in B, A, or S. Right? But I'm going to slap it in A, even if I haven't played it. I just feel like one day I'm going to get to this game. I'm going to play it. I'm going to hate some mini games. But I feel like I'm going to love the overall experience of WarioWare Smooth Moves. So I'm just going to throw it up in A. Even though it doesn't make sense, right? I'm just going to throw it up in A. Or maybe I'll just put it in B with its brother in for now. But either A or B. I'm kind of mixed. But I've always wanted to play this one. This is on a technicality, so I don't have to go back and like make an update video on this in the future sometime. Unless like something seriously changes. Nah, you put WarioWare DIY on that D. Game is fun. Like I said, D tier is stuff I haven't played. Right? Well, not stuff I didn't play. Just don't care about, right? Don't care about. You know, I haven't really cared about it. You know? It's like don't care about / haven't played. You know, well, actually, you know what? / haven't played. There's gonna be so many of those I haven't really played. Haven't played, yeah. We'll throw it. Oh. Why was it going so over there? Okay, don't worry about that then. Alright, but anyways. Yeah, / haven't played. There's a lot of games in here I haven't played. Like WarioWare Snapped I haven't played. WarioWare... I've played the demo of WarioWare Get It Together. So maybe I should be able to rank it, but I haven't played like the full experience. So, and I'm not really planning on playing the full experience of this one. WarioWare Move It I haven't played either. Again, this is DIY. I don't know why they added DIY again, but that's the WiiWare version of it. And this is the DS version. I have actually tried to play the DS version, and I didn't really care for it. Well, that much, considering the fact. You know what? Let's throw Smooth Moves here, too. I haven't played it yet by the time of this video, but I feel like I'm gonna, like, C, B, A, maybe even S, or maybe I really, really dislike it. But for now, I'm gonna put it here with its brother and right here, you know, because I haven't played it yet, so I don't really have a big, like, opinion on it. WarioWare Gold. I heard this was the best WarioWare game, WarioWare Gold. This should have been the first Switch WarioWare game, without a doubt, in my opinion. WarioWare Gold is literally, like, if I remember correctly, take all the really good WarioWare minigames and combine it all in one. That's literally what WarioWare Gold is. This game released 1 year after the Switch for 3DS. Yeah, I don't know why this wasn't a Nintendo Switch immediate, like, one. Right there. I don't know why. Let's see. WarioWare Twisted. I tried to play this one, but, obviously, I don't have, like, a Game Boy Advance where I can twist the controller, so this one I really couldn't really get too far into, so I just kind of put in, didn't care. I remember I put, like, an hour of time into it, and I just did not care after that. Because I couldn't twist the thing. I couldn't do the twisting that they wanted me to do. It was motion-based, if I'm not mistaken, so. Game & Wario I never really played. WarioWare Mega Micro Games. Isn't this, like, the first game on the GameCube? Can someone in comments tell me, am I right on that? Is WarioWare Mega Micro Games just the first one again, but, like, on a console? Because if that's the impression I always gave off from this one. You know, and even doing, like, from research, I think. What is it? But yeah, B is pretty solid, but I never got to play this one. To me, Gold should be ending of the series. That's fair. That's fair. Gold should have been... Yeah, because I remember we talked about that on call, actually, Dachi. I remember we talked about that on call. But anyways, alright. Wario Master of Disguise. This is an F tier game. Yeah, I don't care. Wario Master of Disguise, this is a straight up F tier. This game, I think, is the whole reason Wario Land went down under. I don't know who in their right mind decided to make Wario go in different costumes, use the stylus and touch controls to play the game and platform through levels and have Wario Land-like elements and rob us of a true Wario Land DS experience. I'm sorry, but that's the game. Wario Master Disguise for the sprites. But nah, Wario Master of Disguise is such a bad Wario game. I don't hear anyone talk about this game. This game is so niche. Literally, I remember in my experience with Wario World and Master of Disguise video, because I combined those games in one. I really did not like Wario Master Disguise. I hate it. It is such a bad game. I would rather play any game I have right here in the tier list. Honestly, I would rather play some of the games in the I don't care portion of the tier list than play frickin' Wario Master Disguise ever again. It was that bad for me. But anyways, moving on. WarioWare Touched. I played this one on DS. I think it's a little better. To answer your question on the WarioWare on the GameCube, it's the first game, but they add multiplayer to it. Okay. So, yeah, so it's kind of what I said, too, on top of that. But they just add multiplayer. That is probably one of the weirdest, probably one of the most unnecessary WarioWare, like, game port things I've seen. Not even gonna lie. I think that's weird. Considering every WarioWare game after this one has just been a new thing. But WarioWare Touched, I think, was a solid game. But I remember, like, after a while, I kind of got bored of it. And, like, it kind of started feeling the same as, like, the Game Boy Advance one, but on the DS. You know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else felt this way. That's why I'm kind of putting it in B. I don't think any WarioWare game is necessarily better than the other ones. Unless we're talking about Gold, then it might be different. But I feel like WarioWare Touched and WarioWare Mega Micro Games, mini micro games, you know, the first one and the Touch, I feel like are around the same level for me. Because, you know, it just feels like I know I'm playing another WarioWare, but it's like with the DS controls in mind, and with what the DS can do. And it's not a bad game. It's a solid experience. You know, for anyone that loves WarioWare Touched, you know, it's a good game. It's a good game. It's a good game with good mini games and stuff, but it just feels the same. It just feels like I'm playing the same game as, you know, Game Boy Advance, but with DS implications. Alright. Whew, okay. Now let's get on to the big boys. The ones where I really love Wario. The ones that made Wario shine in my heart. I mean, let's be honest. WarioWare really gave Wario his own character, his own world, and his own set of characters. I'll forever respect Wario World for that. Or not Wario World, WarioWare for that. But anyway, so let's start with, ooh, this is tough. Well, let's start with Wario Land 3, right? Also, Twisted, nah, bro, D tier. The game gets the Game Boy GBA, get my Game Boy emulator. Nah, bro, D tier, bro, get the Game Boy GBA game, get my Game Boy emulator. Like I said, I didn't really care too much for Twisted. You know, I couldn't really figure it out, alright? But anyways, Wario Land 3. I might put it in C tier. Alright. So, I went back to Wario Land 3 the other day on my Nintendo Switch Online. And I started playing it. And as soon as I opened Wario Land 3 again, you guys know me, I want to go in with like a new mindset. on a lot of things, especially things I've already played before this, before and then replay again. I want to see if my any thoughts have changed from me or anything in terms of Wario Land 3. Honestly, I still do not like the idea of you going back to levels like, for example, one of the worst things for me in this game, to reiterate, was you basically having to play every single level 4 different times. And there's 5 worlds, 6 levels in each. So you're visiting each world in whatever order you please, or almost whatever order you please. And you have to beat the level, get the gray key. So go in, do it for your first time, and then more complicated, newer paths open up for those older levels to make you feel like you're in a newer one. Honestly, I know it's kind of Metroidvania-y in design, but out of all the Wario Land games, I feel like this one disappointed me the most. In my honest opinion. Because I don't like the whole Metroidvania aspect. I like going in the level, playing the level, reaching the end, and being done. That's what I like to do in my Wario Land games, you know what I mean? And every Wario game other than 3 does exactly that. In some way, shape, or form. Unless we're talking about Wario Land Shaken and 4, they're a little different because they have you, like, do things and stuff. But hey, I won't lie. Rudy the Clown Rudy the Clown as a boss fight is amazing, though. I can't even lie. Its boss music's it's really good. Even though it's literally a ripoff of Wario Land Virtual Boy's OST. And I know people are about to get pissed at me for this one, but let's start it out. I think Wario Land Virtual Boy is a better game, in my opinion, than Wario Land 3. Not only do I think it's better than WarioWare Touched and WarioWare Mega games, but I think it's a better experience overall. Because think of Wario Land 1 again, but like on the Virtual Boy, with better sprite-based graphics, going in and out of the background and the foreground. That was one of the coolest things about Wario Land Virtual Boy. It's quote-unquote 3D, where, they made sprites go to the foreground, they made it go to the background, foreground, background. I love that part of the game. And the game is so short, too. You can beat it within, like, 2 to 3 hours, or maybe 1 hour, depending on how good you are. And it's like, it's such a solid game. Sure, boss fights aren't really to write home about other than the Demon Lord. The Demon Lord in that game was nightmare fuel. But that theme, that doom 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 ding 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 ding. That shit was good. That shit was good. And yes, I know the iconic red fucking screen that hurts your eyes, that ruins the experience for some. And trust me, I played the entire game with the red screen in mind. So I know exactly what people go through whenever they talk about the red eyes and how they hate it, how they dislike it because of that. It kind of ruins the game. But literally today, there is Virtual Boy emulators you could go on. Change the screen filter to black and, gray and white, or black and white, to give you that more regular Game Boy feel. And literally, whenever you change the screen for that game to, the usual Game Boy colors that you would see, it literally just feels like another Wario Land game on the Game Boy. Like a little bit more improved, but way shorter version of Wario Land 1. And I love that. Love that about Wario Land Virtual Boy. But anyways, let's talk about the first game. I think the first game is like around an A or a B tier. I don't think it's C tier like the third game, because in this game it does have like design where you have to oh god, it's confusing. Wario Land 1 is a little confusing, I say, because I love it more than 3. I'm not sure if I love it as much as Wario Land for the Virtual Boy. I mean, obviously, it's the game that kickstarted my love for the entire series, so I gotta put some respect on that. But I don't know, a part of me, like, there's, a part of me really likes the slow, methodical gameplay of Wario, where you're slower, you have to go around collecting coins from bashing enemies, finding rooms with coins in it, so you can get enough coins to enter the the coin gate at the end of the level, and you pass it and you move on to the next one. And the story with Captain Syrup stealing Wario's riches, or Wario stealing her riches, I can't remember how this plot went. Oh wait, I remember. No, he's just after treasure in this one. And but Wario wants to go on a massive adventure, so fuck it. That's basically literally the story of this one. And honestly, this one is not bad. It's really not a bad game. It's a solid game. It's slower than Wario Land 3. Because at least Wario can, it's... Actually, no, it's not so. I would say it's arguably a faster-paced game because you don't have to revisit levels multiple times. You can literally just do the level one time, but also you're missing all the secrets, you're missing all the goodies, like the true goodies and stuff and whatever in this game if you, go the normal routes. That's why they, try to encourage you to take your time platforming and all that other sort of stuff. But anyways, I talked about Wario Land 1 for a good portion of this, so let's move on, right? Wario Land 2. I literally did a playthrough of this. I think this might be my first S-tier game. Let me see. Right? Because it was a long time ago when I did the Wario Land 2. I hope I didn't delete it. Yeah, let me see if I deleted it. Nope. I streamed it 4 months ago, where I played the entirety of Wario Land 2. And I loved it. I loved it all over again. Basically, Captain Syrup's up to her bullshit. Basically, Captain Syrup's buddies, fuck around with Wario, steal his riches, steal his money. It's up to Wario to kind of get that back. Right? That's pretty much the premise of Wario Land 2, right? And this game has so much replayability because, unlike the third game, it has multiple different endings, multiple different alternative pathways and levels that you'll probably never play, but all of that shit is optional and not forced upon you like Wario Land 3, where they want you to go back and forth between levels all the time to go grab stuff. You can choose to play the game in a linear order if you want to, and get the good or bad ending, or the good ending, the really good ending, the decent ending, the bad ending, and then the really bad ending. But Wario Land 2 as a game, it introduced your shoulder bash jump. It introduced that grotesque, disgusting looking Wario that you see in Wario Land 2 for the first time. Wario's fucking immortal in this game. That's another thing I liked more about Wario Land 2 and 3 more than Wario Land 1 right here. Obviously due to... Well, that was strange. I was in the middle of my conversation about freaking Wario Land 2 being more peak than the first one. Okay? I don't know why, but it just interrupted me. But as I was saying, that's another reason why I loved Wario Land 2 and 3 more than 1, is because in 1, you were immortal. If you got hit 2 to 3 times, you're dead, and you lose a life and stuff. Wario Land 2 and 3, they get rid of the whole lives gimmick, and, they get rid of the whole lives gimmick, but they make boss fights kind of suck, because, if I remember correctly, if you get hit or messed up one time on some of these bosses, you have to immediately restart the whole thing, so doing them perfectly, really sucks. Bunny Hop, welcome to the stream. But anyways, Wario Land 2, still a great game overall. I would say its shortcomings are so undermined of what this game brings to the Wario Land franchise as a whole. Wario World, its first half is such an A. Its first half is such an A, but when you get to the more difficult parts of the game, it goes from an A to kind of a B or a C. I'm not sure, because in my opinion, Wario World, obviously Wario's charm is easily some of the strongest it's ever been in Wario World, right? With its Wario saying his catchphrases, pile driving into enemies, saying, hoot, hoot, good luck, get out of here, when he throws them, hoot, wonderful, when he does combos, like, that stuff is all fine and dandy. That deserves at least a B tier in itself. Wario's personality deserves, like, a high B, for that, but it's, like, other than that, like, I don't know if I can put it any higher than B, because, like I said, its first half starts off really strong, great but not memorable boss fights, but easy to get through, right? But then the second half, like, takes Wario and says, we're going to have a massive difficulty spike for, like, no reason at all, and we're going to make your experience during the second half of the game fucking miserable. Because every time I think of Wario World as a game, I'm like, yo, that first half is so strong, it's one of my favorite Wario games. But then as soon as I start thinking about his second half, it makes me want to drop it to, like, an even lower tier. Than, like, A. It goes so far from grace that, in my opinion, it's like, it's not even funny. Like, why I would say Wario World really falls from grace. I know there's a lot of people out there that, love Wario World to death, that it was their first Wario game, but I don't know if I'm the only one that really struggled with Wario World's second half, but to me, I feel like Wario World was like Wario Land if it went 3D, and I respect that. By the way, Greenhorn Forest, oh my fuck. By the way, I know I didn't talk about the OSTs, but the OSTs in, like, all these games that I brought up, even Wario Land 3, beautiful, beautiful pieces of music, beautiful pieces of music, beautiful, right? But, yeah, man, I don't know. Wario World, I think, is going in C. I remember being so hyped playing this game, but then when I finally played this game for the first time, I even said I didn't even want to do this game ever again. That second half was so bad for me, but I did it again because, I wanted to do a Let's Play series on Wario World where I was just sitting there playing the game. I think Wario World, right? Like, I feel like if I have a Wii, and I ever have friends over, like, Chris, Dave, they're interested in platformers, they kind of like Wario. I don't know, I think I would sit down with the boys, and I would literally pull this game up and be like, yo, you want to crank this out and see if we can beat it in a few hours? I mean, though, you can also do that for any, like, WarioWare game, and that would work much better than Wario World, in my opinion, but if you don't got anything, it's like Wario World's right there. But anyways, I digress. Alright, let's move on to... I'm gonna put Smooth Moves at the top of haven't played, because I really have not played this, but I know it's really good. A lot of people say it's good. I've watched people play it. It does look very cool. It looks interesting. It looks fun. But, anyways, back to these games. Wario Land 4. Yeah, this is an immediate S tier. And Wario Land Shake It. It's an S tier too. Why not? Though it can change to A tier immediately. And, like I said, Wario Land Shake It, I'm more between A and S. But Wario Land 4 is a straight up S. I've mentioned Wario Sprite is beautiful. This game is difficult as shit. Its level design is beautiful. Its levels were amazing and confusing and wacky and weird all at the same time. This game is literally the reason we have Anton Blast. This game is literally the reason we have Pizza Tower. Wario Land 4 is a step above the rest of the series for a lot of people. This was the last game a lot of people even played before they just moved on and said, this isn't real, I don't have any more games. And that's sad, because considering Wario Land Shake It is also a beautiful game. Because not only Wario Land Shake It has beautiful animations for in-game and anime cutscenes, but the bosses in Wario Land Shake It are great. Even if you have to shake the Wiimote a lot. I still thought Wario Land Shake It, though it pissed me off a lot at times, I still thought it was a solid Wario Land experience. Sure, it may not be as fast as Wario Land 4 and, you know, the Game Boy Advance crunch and sound fonts. It didn't have that Wario Land 4 energy to it. It still was a solid Wario Land game, and I'm glad Goodfeel decided to look at this series and at least give it one more game on the Wii. I still own my Wario World copy, you know, in my dresser and Wario World. So yeah, that just goes to show that, yeah, I love me some Wario, you know? Even though I wish I kind of owned every game in the series, I would keep every series in the fucking box untouched. You know, that'd be one of the coolest things to experience Wario Land 2 on the original hardware. But anyways, that is the Wario's Games tier list. Let me know what you guys think about that tier list down below. Anyways, here we go. The final tier list of today. Wario Land 4 levels, including bosses. Alright, so I remember some of these, but then I do not remember other ones of these. So it's kind of a mixed bag for my memory and whatnot, right? It's kind of like a mixed bag, right? So let's start off with, I think this is the tutorial level. I hope they're all in order, because I think they are all in order. But I remember that tutorial level, that might be an immediate S. I won't even lie, that tutorial level was amazing. I mean, do you hear? No. I'm going to show y'all. Wario Land 4. I mean, and Wario Land 4. Shout out to Wario Land 4. It's coming to Nintendo Switch Online February 4th. Or, not February 4th. February 14th. A day before Valentine's Day. OST. Nope, I gotta show you guys. Bro, you get into the game, and the tutorial level drops a banger like this. Hold on, bro. Nah, I gotta show it, bro.
He's up, the big
That is an ad.
luck sock smack.
That I can't skip. Don't you just hate YouTube ads? I hate them. I really hate them. I know I monetized this video, but I hate them. Nah, go back. Just hear this, bro. Wario. Look, point being, I knew as soon as I heard that song drop, bro, I knew I was in love. I knew I was gonna be in love with Wario Land 4 as soon as that beat dropped. I just knew. I just freaking knew. I don't know why my stream is crashing and going slow all of a sudden. But let's continue on with the show, shall we? So the first boss, I remember the first boss was solid. I think it was an A tier. My opinion, it might have been A tier, yeah. Yeah, A tier boss. Yeah, a solid A tier. What do you guys think? You guys think A tier? Solid A tier? Solid A tier boss? Because I remember it was like the tutorial boss to kind of show you guys like the ropes. But I love the tutorial level and the tutorial boss to show you that there's multiple ways you need to learn how to defeat these guys, and I kind of love how the first boss just kind of showed you what's up. the palm tree level, this was really good. It had such, I think a beautiful, like, theme to it that I think I immediately have to put it in A. Despite its, like, level design not being super complicated or whatever, I think it was either this one or the flower one that had the beautiful music. But one of these had, like, a beautiful, like, beach-like vibe, and the other one had, like, a beautiful, like, anime-esque song, which I really loved. It's very bizarre, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the water level was okay. I'll throw that one in B. I'll make this one quick, since this stream has already been over an hour. Let's be real. Right? I can't really remember this one all that well. Oh my god. I think I remember this boss, but I'm gonna put him in a solid A. Like I said, I'm just gonna go through this. I'm gonna just spew through this. Because I don't remember a lot of these. Oh, the ice level was pretty annoying. I remember that one. I'm gonna put that one in C. The one where you're playing with the ball the whole level. That one was pretty fun. I remember that one. Oh my god, that freaking bird boss. Yeah, put that one in C. The toy Build-A-Block level, I thought that one was okay. I didn't like it. It was a little bit much for me, but it was okay. I don't remember this one. I'm gonna put D as don't remember. Yeah. Because I really do not remember these ones at all. So I'm going to put don't remember. So sucks. I'm going to put socks just to be funny. Alright. Let's see. The paintbrush level, I don't remember this one. I don't remember that one. I don't remember the teddy bear. No, I do remember the teddy bear boss. It's actually coming back to me as soon as I said something. I remember not liking this teddy bear boss in Wario Land 4, dude. That boss annoyed. Oh my god, no, this one was the whale. Yeah, that was that whale one, wasn't it? As the second boss? See, I remember. Oh, why is it all clicking and resonating and trying to come at me like all at once over here? Oh, this nighttime level was fun, but I really didn't like it at the same time. It was like, it's a mix between just socks and B tier. It's like a mix between these two. I love the night aesthetic, and I love the music so much for this one, because it also reminds me of Wario Land Virtual Boy. Because Wario Land Virtual Boy also had a nighttime level, kind of reminding you of like a dark alleyway or something. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know where to put it, but I might just throw it in B. Just leave it alone. I don't remember the cat boss all that much. I don't even remember this level. I don't remember this level. I don't even remember this level. That final boss was really fucking annoying. And I think this was the final level before the final boss. This one sucked too. I'm going to at least explain the last two. So, I remember the final level, before you defeat the final boss, you had a time limit of 9 minutes to beat the entire level. And if you fumbled or if you forgot the way to go at any point, it always felt like I think you were kind of screwed. And I remember really, really not liking the second to last final level, because I've never dealt... Well, I have dealt with stuff like that before, but it was like in a Mario game. It was like in the Galaxy games where I've dealt with that, you know? Like where it's significantly easier than like Wario Land 4's like level design and all that other sort of stuff. But I remember this final boss, she was annoying with multiple phases, and that's... Let me know what you guys think of the Wario Land 4 levels, and let me know what you guys think of this entire tier list. Did you guys agree with my tier list? You know, did you guys agree with what I had to say in this? Let me know down below in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share the video with your friends if you want them to get their input on anything Wario. If they love Wario, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Which tier list do you guys agree with? Which tier list do you disagree with? Which one should I place differently? Do you guys think I should play Wario Land 4 on the channel? Like, you guys gotta let me know all this stuff down below. God bless you. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Nintendo Globally presents, discusses Nintendo Switch. Ooh, that's something I might have to watch. Hey, yo, oh, I know exactly how to end this video. I'll be back. Yeah, this is not a Wario video without this, bro. I always love the echoes.
Bye bye. Goodbye, 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 bye. And hello. And hello. And hello. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
No, no.
No, no.
No, no.
No.
No, no.
No. Dude, I'm sorry.
Good luck. Good luck.
I have to, bro.
Esto. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yahoo. 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 Wow.
Wario's number one.
Sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick. So I remember when I was doing Wario voice impressions, and I kind of pissed my dad off. And I remember funny story, Ronnie was here with me. I was doing Wario voice lines, or I was being loud. I can't remember the entire situation too well, other than the outcome of the situation. I apologize. Basically, my dad was trying to tell me, stop acting like a kid, act your age, and I said, sorry, like in Wario's voice, like exactly how he said it here. And I remember my dad came right back in, and he was like, yeah, you better be, and slammed the door so loud. And I'm telling you, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say sorry, exactly like Wario. I meant to say sorry, like, I'm sorry, Dad, for acting now. I'll stop. But that came out because I was doing, again, Wario impressions, and that just came out of my mouth. And, you know, Dad got way more pissed with that. And I remember I was like, oh, shit. I fucked up. And I remember Ronnie was just laughing to Kingdom coming back at me on that one. And I still feel a little bit like shit for that, but, you know, because I didn't mean to respond to my dad like that. But fun story about how Wario essentially got me in more trouble at one point in time in my life. Anyways.
Sorry.
You can click off the video.
Wow. Hey. Hurry up. Hurry up.
That's what handsome man right there.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Here I go.
Here I go.
Here I go.
Here I go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay.
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 Okay. Wow.
Hurry up.
Alan, just end the fucking video.
Okay. I'll end the video now. Bye, guys. By the way, can you check out my experience with me loving Wario? I basically just geek out about Wario for a good 20 minutes.
Alan, end it!
Alright, but anyways, seriously, I love you, Wario. And Wario Land, if you ever come back again for Nintendo Switch 2, which Nintendo, please do a Wario Land in 6. I need to see another Wario Land game on the Switch too. Not just Nintendo Switch Online ports and anything, or, you know, a Switch Online stuff. I need to see a new Wario Land game come into fruition. I know it probably won't sell you a billion fucking copies, but please, just for the Wario Land fans, make that happen. Please. That would be so cool. Anyways, I'm out of here.
Yeah, we're out of here. Thank you, Alan, for making the video. But yeah, we're